costuming and I go back a long way. The first costume I remember putting together myself was the Halloween after Star Wars A New Hope was released. Yes, originally in the theater, that far back. So back then I was taking dance lessons, so I already had a white leotard. My mother had a long white slip that she wore with her long evening dresses because this was the 70s and that was the fashion. And so you had to have the longer slip, not just the knee, went below the knee. So I borrowed one of her longer slips and it went all the way to the floor for me. I put on a pair of shoes and I put a pair of thick white socks, like athletic socks, over the shoes, put my hair up into double buns, and called myself Princess Leia that year. I was closet cosplaying before I knew what closet cosplaying even was. And I've done the same thing over the years. I've always loved Halloween. I've always loved dressing up, playing dress up, wearing costumes, getting dressed up. It's just been my thing. I tend to dress up when I go to conventions. And then when I met my writing partner, who is also my left brain, she is an amazing costumer. She's won awards. And so she taught me how to sew, but she's also made costumes for both of us so that we could enter costume contests together. And so she just basically enabled and enhanced my love of costuming. Okay? But you don't always have to know how to sew to create your own costume. It's great. It's a great skill to have, but it's not necessary. Because you can build really cool costumes just by going into your own closet. And that's what I'm going to talk about today.
Hi, my name's Rachel, and I'm the Creepy Crone. I'm a writer and a crafter, and I love all things spooky. I'm part of a group of women who are here to show you that living the creepy, chaotic, or crafty life doesn't stop at 50. It's okay to be spooky. It's okay to be artsy. It's okay to be you. Welcome to the Crone Cartel.
Hello, my cronies. Today we're going to be talking about closet cosplay, costuming on a budget. Halloween is quickly approaching, and some of us may be scrambling for a costume to wear on the big night. This year, we might have plans, although if you do, please be safe. We here at the Crone Cartel are pro-vaccination and pro-masking and pro-social distancing. So if you do go out, please be safe and take all the necessary precautions to keep yourself and those around you safe and disease-free. Now, I've pulled some items from my own closet that can be potentially used for various types of closet cosplay. Now, the important thing to remember with this is you're not going for screen accuracy if you are trying to, for example, recreate a character's outfit. What you're trying to do is evoke the impression of the character. Kind of like what we do when we create a Disney bounding costume. Okay? We're not meant to look exactly like the character. We're just meant to evoke the spirit of the character. So for closet cosplay, whether you're doing it for Halloween or a convention or just because you're in the mood to and you want to go out and enjoy your day feeling like your favorite character or your favorite era, if you're going vintage, do it. So don't worry. That's the important thing. Don't worry about accuracy. We're not going for accuracy. The other thing is, don't worry about those silly old gender norms. If you identify as female and you want to dress up as a Victorian gentleman, do it. If you identify male and you want to dress up as a 1950s businesswoman, do it. Okay? There are no rules when it comes to costuming and cosplay. You do whatever you want to do, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So, let's start with some good basics that you probably already have in your closet. A white shirt of any type. This one, of course, is a little bit on the lacy end, the frou-frou end. This can be a good basis for a Victorian costume. Okay. This is a good basic white button-down shirt. This can be styled for a lot of different things. This can be the basis of a vintage look for multiple eras. It can also be used for the basis, or something like this if you have something with more poofy sleeves. But either one of these can be the basis of, say, a pirate look. Okay, so a lot of costume, character, and historical cosplay outfits can be started with just a white shirt. Another good basic to have in your wardrobe is a vest of any type. I've got multiple examples here. I like vests a lot. Okay, and you can see that they are different types of fabric. I believe that's the old, yeah. You can see different fabrics, different styles. Again, these can be used for vintage, historical costuming, or character. So this would be good for if you wanted to dress up as, say, Frodo Baggins. Okay? Pair this with one of the white shirts, white button-down shirts, and a pair of trousers to match. Say, brown would be good since hobbits have earth colors in their wardrobes mostly. Or if you have a really cool patterned pair of pants in, say, like a tweed or very subtle plaid, that has earth tones, you've got yourself a Hobbit costume. You are Frodo Baggins. You can use something like this for pirate or 18th century gentleman. Okay, pair this with brown or black trousers, put on a pair of boots, and again, the white shirt. You've got an 18th century gentleman outfit. So let me show you something that I was planning for this year. Get the pieces. So what I was planning to do, this is actually a skirt. These two are skirts, and I was planning to layer the skirts, layer these two blouses, because this has a see-through. This one would be on the bottom, this one would be on the top, and then I have a collection of corsets, put a corset over it, and I am a Sanderson sister. These were all found, the skirts and the shirts, all found at my local thrift store. So anything that you don't already have in your wardrobe, you can probably supplement really cheaply by just hitting up one of your local thrift stores and filling in pieces. This is another piece that I picked up at the local thrift store, because pair this with a turban and layer it with jewelry, and you've got Norma Desmond waiting to happen. These sleeves are turned down, but you can see it's just, this just screamed Norma Desmond's Sunset Boulevard to me. You know, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. So I had to have it. But this is, if you see a single piece at the thrift store that reminds you of something, get it, accessorize, boom, costume. If you have a plain brown skirt, you can pair it with a khaki blouse, either long or short sleeves. You're Peggy Carter. If you want to evoke a certain era, for example, the 80s, thrift stores are great for finding cheap pieces that you can put together to create that sort of retro look. So, for example, this skirt, because neon colors, if you want to go 80s, grab anything neon colored that you find. It'll fit, okay? And if you want to give this skirt a little extra humph, okay, I got lucky. Little tutu under there. It can be paired either with this bustier or this top, and then layered with this sleeveless jacket. Okay, boom, you've got 80s. Especially if you've got a pair of leg warmers somewhere in the back of your closet. Add those, high-heeled shoes, bracelets up to your elbow, you're good to go. You can also find individual pieces that evoke an era, like this dress screamed Xanadu, Olivia Newton-John, Xanadu to me. This dress gives off a very vintage vibe as well. So you could turn this into a vintage style outfit. And I mean, this you could probably wear even if it's not Halloween. If you're into vintage fashion. A cardigan or bolero like this is always a good idea. If you want to go for a vintage look, pair it with a short sleeve white blouse and a pencil skirt, and you've got 50s fashion. Okay. What else? A blazer. If you want to go Victorian, if you've got a blazer, you can pair it with a longer skirt. If you want to go Victorian woman, white blouse, the rufflier the better, if you can find a ruffly white blouse. And this blazer, you've got a Victorian look. If you want to go Victorian gentleman, pair it with trousers, plainer white shirt, vest, there you go. Okay, so these outfits are not necessarily going to be historically accurate, but like I said, that's okay. They don't have to be. Okay, you're just evoking the mood, the feeling, not striving to be 100% historically accurate for closet cosplay. That's the whole beauty of closet cosplay. It takes a lot of the pressure off. All right. There are some other pieces here. These are some pants that you can mix and match. These would probably be good for a pirate ensemble, you know, tucked into boots with the white shirt. You can tie if you have any kind of scarf, you can tie that around your waist. White shirt, vest optional. scarf around your head, scarf around your waist, as a sash, boom, you've got a pirate. A good pair of khakis are always good for vintage. Okay, so these can be used for vintage recreation. Same for this type of, any type of khaki or brown shirt. If you want to say cosplay as Evie from the original Mummy, get yourself some browns, earth tones, skirt, white button-down shirt. If you can find a pair, or if you have a little pair of round spectacles, put your hair up in a bun, boom, you're Evie. A black skirt would also work for that. Something that's a little longer and has got some swish to it. This would be a perfect Evie skirt. This shirt I just love. It's corduroy, it's green. I call it my Hobbit core shirt. This can be used for historical, but it can also be used for fantasy. This you could dress up as a hobbit, or a dwarf, or a gnome, if you are, more D&D oriented. Okay, put a vest over this, or a jacket, pair it with some trousers and boots. You've got a fantasy look going on. A basic white tank top is always a good first layer. So this could substitute for a white shirt in a pinch, and you can layer over it. So if you don't have a white button-down shirt, grab a white t-shirt or a white tank top. Good to go. If you've got a plain white dress, you can use this as your bottom layer and build up over it. You can layer this with a vest, a jacket. You can layer another skirt over it, and then this would act as sort of like a petticoat to give you a little more fullness under there. So plain white dresses, either long or short sleeves, are good versatile pieces because you can layer over it top and bottom. I mean, obviously you can't wear trousers with it, but other skirts, absolutely, just layer over it. Okay, so there are some of my ideas for how to use basic pieces from your wardrobe to turn them into closet cosplay. I hope I've given you some ideas and inspiration. Like I said, anything that you don't have, you can just pick up at the thrift store. Very cheap and easy to supplement what you've already got. Don't feel like you've got to spend 50, 60, 80 bucks at the big box Halloween stores for a costume. You absolutely don't. Just go raid in your own closet and look at what you've got with fresh costuming eyes, and I guarantee you will find something. That's all for today. I will see you in the next video, and until then, stay creepy, my friends. If you want to evoke a certain era, say for example the 80s, thrift stores are great for finding cheap pieces. So for example, coffee break. I let my coffee get cold.